Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and this is a gremlin-esque looking little individual that I'm calling a Grimble from the DungeonSwag site. Proportionately, he's not the same as a gremlin, but his face looks similar, and his ears are similar. So I'm going to paint this guy up and see what we can come up with, and I think it's going to look alright. So I'm going to use some tape here to make a palette for my speed paints. And I don't need a super long piece because I don't think there's going to be an enormous color palette on this feller. And I'm going to start with flesh. So I have a shamrock green that I think is going to look good. Let me get that shaken up. Let me get a brush to get started. Let me see if this is the brush I actually want. Let me look. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this brush. I'm just going to squirt a little bit of that on my impromptu palette. I'm going to dampen my brush with my mouth. And let's put paint on mini. I'm going to start down here towards the bottom. Something like that. Get between those toes real good. Got some kind of weird little armband there. I'm not sure if that's a gauntlet or his hand, so I'm going to pretend it's his hand. Because I can't remember what the grayscale image looked like before it was printed. Going to fight my city again, going to speak in front of city council and explain how they're still not following laws 11 months later. Don't like public speaking. Really like this sculpt. Quite a bit. I just feel like he's going to look really good when he's done. All right, let's roll him around here a little bit and make sure I didn't miss anything that's supposed to be green. Of course, that'll be really noticeable on the next step if I miss something. Sometimes the reflective lighting, the reflection of the light on the paint makes it hard to see spots I missed, because it might just look like a vibrant area that is shining. So if I have any spots like that I'm concerned about, I'm just coming back through and touching those real quick to make sure there's no white. Okay. Something like that. I like that shamrock green, but it's kind of vivid. But we can clean that up with a wash afterwards. I have a wash that would be really good for that. So I want to do my browns next, but because we don't want to pull together and have any bleeding, we're going to hit them with the air gun. Something like that. You can really kind of get an idea what he's going to look like. You could totally pass him off as a goblin too, but we have goblins that are different. And I'm going to get warrior skin because it's a lighter shade of brown, and I've been using it a lot lately, and I just think it really pairs well with a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to get a little bit of warrior skin. I'm going to do his little pants with that. Sorry I'm so quiet today. I hope the video is not super boring if you're one of those people that listens to it in the background. Just preoccupied. Oh hell, I had way too much on my brush. Way too much. I don't need Q-tips down here. I'm going to have to figure that out later. I just don't understand how it's so hard for any elected official at any level of government to understand the term public servant. I also don't understand why our laws protect corporations from shenanigans, where, like, if you look at Germany and other places, they seem to be able to wrangle that stuff in and handle it better. I mean, hell, that's the country the Nazis came out of. We can't do better than that? Come on. I mean, I'm someone of German heritage, so I probably shouldn't be running my yap, but I'm like over 50% German. But and not like because I want to be or chose to be, you know, just because that's just coincidentally what it is. This is a darker brown. I'm going to use this on the handguard and pommel of the sword. I do like that. Now, originally I thought I was going to do that sword blade in metal, but I think it would look better in stone. Also, I'm going to darken up this loincloth portion here using that. And as I said, I was going to do that in metal, but I think I want to do it in stone. So I'm going to get like that Gravelord Gray or whatever it's called. Let me show you guys something too. This is the Frost Giant that's going to be on the website, or it's on the website that's going to be for sale. And that took me about 40 minutes to do, and I really like it. I used mostly speed paints, and then I did some accent work with regular paints, and then I used a metallic blue to do some of the other details. But I really enjoyed that. Came out nice. All right. We're going to need some white. And the reason I'm using a white instead of an off-white is because I'm going to be doing a wash on this dude. A shade on this dude. And that will darken up his teeth and features enough. I might have to come back in and hit his eyes again, but I'm not sure. Okay. Get that brush put away. I'm not using that one for the shade. So the shade I'm using is an Army Painter quick shade called Military Shader, and it's got a green tint to it. I'm going to hit him with the air gun real quick off to the side here. We just don't want our shader reactivating anything, because usually I would, if I wasn't doing these for videos, that would sit for a while. Also, you'll notice there's some little details that I haven't done, just because I'm going to do those after the shade. At least I think I am. Actually, you know what? Let me quickly decide to do my metallic first. Okay. Clean my brush. Yummy metallics. Metallics taste nasty. You want kind of a brush that covers some more surface area, something a little chunky. Something that you don't love, like this chunky brush from, well, I don't know where it's from. And this will definitely I'm just pulling some of that stuff out of the deeper crevices that I don't like. It's probably better to do that with a Q-tip or a piece of toilet paper or a piece of fabric or a little bit of cardstock or something. What I'm using is probably not the preferred ideal method. If you had a bigger surface, you could, something like that. He's going to be completely dry for this step. What I want to do now is I want to get a mid-tone green and just lighten up some of the high spots real quick. do that base. So I'm going to start with this dark burnt umber color from Walmart and a damp brush. I'm going to try not to get it on my mini. I'm going to get a lighter brown now. I'm going to air gun homeboy real quick. And I am going to, oops. Get a little bit of this lighter brown. I'm just going to create some variation because dirt's not generally monochromatic unless it's wet and doesn't have any like rocks or anything in it, you know. Even then, I'm not sure how monochromatic it is. I might be talking out of my ass at this point. I mean, I might be like the very politicians that I despise. I guess it's not fair to say that I despise them. I just don't agree with them and dislike what they're doing and think they're criminals. Some of them, I don't know if they're really criminals or they're just idiots. Some of them seem to be bought and paid for. Some of them just seem to be stupid. It's apparent they don't know how to read state code, city charters, or city ordinances. I'm not a lawyer. But I could dedicate a little time and sit down and read all that. I don't know why they couldn't. I guess that's one of my biggest complaints, is that you're an elected official. You can't even learn the rules that govern your position. You don't understand your authority or the authority of those that are under you. And bureaucrats run unchecked for 25 years. And no one will lift a finger to stop them, as they do things that put a direct financial impact on the citizens of this town. And then city goes, we can't stop them. Alright, now we're going to hit them with the air gun again because I want to put a little bit of flock on there. We don't want it sticking to the black or to anything that's not dry. And when I clear coat him, that shine's going to go away somewhat. There'll be a little bit of a shine. But it shouldn't be substantial. So to do my flock, I'm going to get a toothpick. My trusty toothpick that I lay over here on this glass tray that collects burnt paper and dried leaves. I'm just going to get a little bit of this clear glue. Dibby dab some of that on there. I'm going to come over here behind his foot and maybe just put a little bit more. And I'm going to put that back over there on that glass tray. And something like that. There's, I got a little bit on the black there. Brush that off real quick. So anyways, that's the Grimble. Oh, a story about the Grimble. He is in the starter box, from what I understand. So, the Grimble's name is Thimble the Grimble. He didn't make up that name. His adventuring buddies did. They found him as a little fuzzy creature. And in the middle of a combat, he got water splashed on him and evolved into this Grimble. And stayed with the party, though he's a lot less agreeable and a little more disgusting now. He farts a lot, will eat almost anything. Seems more intelligent than he was in a sinister kind of way, but otherwise, he's still loyal to them and likes them. Anyways, Thimble the Grimble. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon. Leave a comment and all that happy crappy that helps the channel grow. And me, I'm Thimble. Well, probably not Thimble. I'll see you next time.